is going on, YouTube clan? I am Chris Catalunya. Before we get into this video, go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. So right now, it's about 8 o'clock at night, and I'm rolling up to Nice Kicks, and I see that there is a very long line for these Adidas Yeezy 350 V2s, the Lundmarks. I'm really confused as to why people are camping out for the shoe. Maybe it's because it's a regional exclusive, but these shoes, they don't look that great. If anything, they kind of remind me of the Butters, but in a darker form. Now, these shoes retail at a price point of $220 USD, which is typical of a Yeezy in an adult size. Looking at the resale market, looking at Go, looking at StockX, right now before the drop, they're going for about $350, just depending on the size that you need. So who knows that if the drop happens tomorrow, if they drop in price or they go up in value. Now, I already have a pair secured in Champs in San Antonio, Texas, so I'm kind of debating if I want to actually camp out or not here at Nice Kicks. Normally, I would partake in camping out. I really do prefer first come, first serve over like raffles and stuff like that. I'm just gonna skip out on this camping. Alright, now I am back in my apartment. We can talk a little more about this shoe. Now, I was able to cop two pairs, one pair from Champs and one locally from Nice Kicks, both in a size 8.5. Now, the Lundmarks were being offered in infant, preschool, youth sizes, and adult sizes. And again, I was able to cop that size 8.5, which is my true to size. They retailed at a price point of $220. Add your taxes and your VAT just based on the location that you reside in. Looking at the resale market, looking at Go, looking at StockX, the Lundmarks, the non-reflective are hitting a resale value at about $320 to about $350, $360. Again, just depending on the size that you're needing. Looking at the reflective ones, those ones are hitting crazy numbers, hitting like 1,000 plus. My first impression is looking at the shoe online at the different blogs and whatnot, I wasn't a fan of this shoe from the get-go, and I still am not a fan. I'm just really tired of all these pastel colors, all these earth tones that Yeezy is doing on all these like Yeezy 350 V2 models. I'm looking for something more bold, like a red color or a blue color, just something totally different. Like at this point, it's just monotonous. It's all a monochrome and I'm just tired of it. The shoe takes on the same patterns as the 350 static V2s. You can see it all around the upper of the shoe. The difference here is that this has like a yellowing or a tanning tint going on, which I'm really not a fan of. It kind of reminds me of the Butters almost. It's not as dark as the Butters, but it's similar. Now, these Lundmark 350 V2s are actually part of a regional release in which the Lundmarks were released in North America, you have the Antilles, which were released in Europe, and then you have the Synth, which was released in Asia and Australia. And out of the three colorways, I think the Synth ones are the best ones. So moving on to the upper of the shoe, again, it is taking that form of that static 350 V2 pattern design. So you have the lines done up right here, you have dots towards the back, and then you have other crazy patterns happening on the medial of the shoe. Now, this is done up in a knitted material which conforms to your foot really well. The striping of this 350 is done in a nylon transparent material, and you can actually peer into the inside of the shoe. Towards the inside right here, you can see some of that Swiss cheese effect going on. So one of the features, or I guess lack of features, is actually on this focus point right here at the heel. So you will notice that there is an absence of the heel tab right here, and I just think that looks kind of weird when the 350 V2 doesn't have that heel or that pull tab at the back. I don't know, it's just more reminiscent of like an aqua sock when you go to the ocean or the lake. So instead of having that pull tab, we have just that solid cream line going across the heel. Moving to the top of the shoe, you see where the medial and the lateral meets, and is done up by the seam that is stitched all the way down from the neck of the shoe going down to the top of the toe box area. The lacing system of the shoe, although it might not provide any real function to the shoe because the upper of the shoe really conforms to your foot, it's very sock light, it does employ some eyelets on the upper of the shoe. Now the laces that feed through are of that gray and that tan or yellowing color, and is done in that signature rope design, and I believe it is of a nylon build.
So despite being being that these are the non-reflective pairs, there is still a hint of reflective material within the shoes, specifically on the shoelaces. So in shining light against the shoelaces, you see that light refracting from it.
The lining of the shoe, looking directly at the back heel tab, you see that 3-stripe branding going down, and it's done in a white color. Now, the neoprene that is employed back here is very well padded, providing some comfort to your ankle, and this neoprene is done in that yellowing or tanning color. Removing the insole from the shoe, you can see that it's done up in an all-white bed of fabric. Towards the heel area, you see the Adidas logo, that trefoil, and the Yeezy logo, and this is done in that same yellowing or tanning color. Now, the midsole and the outsole employ blown rubber to enable that flexibility within the shoe. On the midsole right here, you see some of that ribbing effect going all the way around, and then as you look on the outsole of the shoe, you have that ribbing effect going on too. And then you'll see some of these windows right here that are cutouts to expose that boost foam that is employed within the midsole of this shoe. And this is why people love the 350 models, or they love boost material, because it is hella comfortable, and in this particular shoe, for example, it is really thick. Now you'll see a slight color variation from the midsole to the outsole, so this is done more in a white color, and then as you look towards the bottom, it has some like reddish hues on it. Sizing, normally I'm rocking a size 8.5 or a 9, 8.5 being my true to size, but when it comes to Yeezys, I can rock a size 8 or an 8.5, it really doesn't matter, and I actually have found that I like the 8 better. I just like more of that compression onto my foot. So if you're in the market for this shoe, I definitely suggest true to size or maybe a half size down. In terms of comfortability, I cannot dispute the fact that 350 V2s, the entire series, are probably the most comfortable shoes that I've ever worn. They definitely feel like you're walking on clouds. However, they do not offer a lot in terms of support. Also, with the shoe employing that knit material and the nylon meshing going on, this enables breathability for your foot, so your foot won't sweat too heavy in this shoe. In summation, I think the Adidas Yeezy 350 V2s in this Lundmark colorway, it's just kind of lacking. I just don't like the color of the shoe, the yellowing or the tanning of the shoe, but again, that doesn't dispute the fact that the shoe is very comfortable, that the materials that they employ within the shoe are of quality. It's all around a well-built shoe. I just can't get over that color. This shoe in my mind looks like if the Static made a baby with the Butters, this would be the final product. Alright guys, I think this is a good stopping point for this video. What do you think about the Adidas Yeezy 350 V2s in that Lundmark colorway? What do you think about this in comparison to the other regional releases of the Antilla and the Synth? Let me know down in the comments below. Go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And we have that live raffle going on. If you look at this post right here, click on that post and then follow all the directions and you will be entered to win that prize pack. Alright guys, I am Chris Catalunya and we will check you next time. Cheers, sigana.